Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 349 of our trek, and last week we began a detailed series, which we originally introduced in January, called Your LifePlan Blueprint. We have synthesized this information into a 100-page PDF manual workbook, which contains all the forms needed to create and maintain your personal life plan. This is our initial release of the manual workbook, and it is available for download at wisdom-trek.com on the left-hand sidebar of any page. Or if you are listening on your smartphone, you can text the word LifePlan with no spaces to 44222, and your LifePlan Blueprint will be delivered to you in an email. The manual workbook is free during the month of May, so I encourage you to become one of our early adopters so that all the updates will be available to you free also. By the end of 2016, we will have a complete web mobile version available of your LifePlan Blueprint that you'll be able to complete online. Thank you so much for coming along with me as we trek through each page of your LifePlan Blueprint. If you'd like to listen to any of the past episodes, please go to wisdom-trek.com to listen to them and to read the daily journal. You can also subscribe to Wisdom Trek at iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Google Play so that each day's trek will be downloaded to you automatically. We are broadcasting from our studios at Home 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our grandson Kip had a sleepover with Granny and Gramps on Thursday night and stayed with us on Friday. We love to have our grandchildren over whenever possible so that we can have an opportunity to impact their lives and build on the foundation that their parents are infusing into their young lives. We are headed north to Marietta on Friday evening, and we'll be there for over 2 months with a couple other side trips for business and family activities. As a reminder, we are looking at changing the format of Wisdom Trek on June 1st. Please email me at guthrie@venturecg.com or leave a comment at the bottom of today's journal and let me know if you'd like me to continue Wisdom Trek on a 7-day, 5-day, or 3-day per week schedule. Also, let me know if you'd like any changes to the format of the daily trek. And thank you so much in advance for your feedback. It is now time to get started on the 11th day of your LifePlan Blueprint workbook. If you've missed any of the previous days in this series, they are available at wisdom-trek.com to listen to or to read the journal. Yesterday, we covered the overview of the Whisper Framework and the Wheel of Life within your LifePlan Blueprint. Today, we will focus on the philosophy of life planning and the important concepts that the Whisper Framework brings. If you are following along in the manual workbook, we will first cover page 22, which covers the life planning philosophy within your LifePlan Blueprint. You can also view this page on the journal for day 349 at wisdom-trek.com. It is important to understand this philosophy as you construct your own life plan. Now that we've introduced the 6 steps of the Whisper Framework and have divided our lives into the 7 logical areas on our Wheel of Life, it is now time to provide an overall strategy on how the Wisdom Trek Your Life Plan Blueprint is built. The philosophy is to set one major 7-year objective for each of the 7 areas of your life. We are utilizing the concept that Stephen Covey popularized, and that is to begin with the end in mind. After you seek guidance through wisdom, your first step is to establish a 7-year objective for each of the 7 areas of your life. These objectives in each of the areas should be in balance as best as possible so that your Wheel of Life will provide you a well-rounded and smooth ride. Once you have determined the 7 years' objectives, the next step is to set the goals of what you will need to accomplish by the end of year 1 on your track to meet your 7-year objective in each of the areas of life. And this step is then repeated at the end of each subsequent year. After setting your year 1 goals, the next step is to set goals of what you would need to accomplish by the end of month 1 to meet your year 1 goals in each area of your life. This step is repeated at the end of each subsequent month. After setting your 1-month goal, the next step is to set the task that you'll need to accomplish by the end of week 1 to be on track to meet your month 1 goal in each area of your life. This step is repeated at the end of each subsequent week. After setting your week 1 goals, the next step is to set your daily task for each day of that week. These tasks become your daily to-do list. These are the action steps that you must complete each day to meet your weekly activities goals. At the end of each week, you will need to lay out all your daily tasks for the upcoming week. This simplistic and yet powerful plan, if followed, will allow you to meet your 7-year objectives in each of the 7 areas of your life. We have included a graphic picture on page 22, and you can also see that in a journal, which is a graphic representation in an outline form of what I just went over. You might be wondering why I chose the long-term objective to be 7 years instead of some other numbers such as 3, 5, or 10. There are certain cycles in life based on science and nature, which are also backed up by biblical precedents for a 7-year season or cycle of life. Each 7 years, our body completely rebuilds themselves on the cellular level. Planting and harvesting of crops on a particular plot of land has been proven to be best in 7-year cycles. Within your LifePlan blueprint, every 7 years you'll be able to begin a new 7-year season of your life. The 7-year cycle is a very interesting study, but sufficient for our purposes. We are convinced that using the 7-year seasons as a basis for your LifePlan blueprint is an important precedence to set. Now that we looked at the life planning philosophy, let's move on to page 23 of our manual workbook, or today's journal, where I'll review some important concepts that you should understand about the WESPER framework. This will help you as you're creating your own life plan within your LifePlan blueprint. Things that you should know about WESPER. First, the framework is applicable to any goal. As part of your LifePlan blueprint, we will explore setting at least one major 7-year objective in each of the 7 areas of your wheel of life, which are spiritual, family, physical/health, mind/intellect, personal/social, financial, and work/career. Second, each WESPER step serves its own role and is pertinent to the success of the overall goal. There are 6 individual parts of the WESPER framework that make it whole. The only truly essential step is the 5th step of execution. Trying to skip any of the other steps will jeopardize your chances and degrees of success. Third, the steps occur in succession of one another, meaning that the first step needs to be done and locked in before going on to the second, and so on. Thus, each step should be defined as accurately as possible before moving on to the next to prevent disruption and rework. The further down you are in the execution, and the larger the magnitude of change in the initial step, the more disoriented it will be to try to revise your plans to reflect this change. Therefore, it is important to be thorough within each step of the framework. Fourth, progression through the steps symbolizes your goals are being manifested from the mental creation to the physical creation. As you start off with your first step, wisdom, it is essential that you seek guidance from God and or trusted mentors to ensure that your goal is wise and achievable. It is this initial step that you can determine your why of your goal. After the first step, then you can confidently move on to establish the worthwhile and achievable goals. This is the creative part of the process. As you move through these steps, you are essentially taking your virtual creation inside your mind and giving it a physical form and shape into physical reality. The 5th point is that the framework is best suited for big, long-range objectives and then creating steps or short and medium-range goals that are needed for completion. WESPER is a framework for busting your big, long-range objective goals into easy-to-complete smaller goal or task which you can be reasonably confident in achieving. This will promote your ability to move forward faster and more efficiently in completing your goals. The Wisdom Trek Your LifePlan Blueprint starts with the larger end goals in mind and then works backwards through the smaller steps that are needed to achieve your overall objective. And the 6th and final point is, your framework sets you up for success in your goals. Having a systematic approach to goal achievement helps dramatically increase the chances of success for 2 simple reasons. First, if there's a problem in achieving your goal, you can look back and identify exactly in what stage the issue arose and resolve it from there. And second, it ensures that all details are considered and you do not leave any stone unturned. On our trek for today, we explored our life planning philosophy and some important concepts about the WESPER framework. The focus for today will help to maximize your effectiveness when creating your personal life plan. Tomorrow we will start with an in-depth study in each element of the WESPER framework, beginning with wisdom. This information is on page 24 and 25 of your LifePlan Blueprint Manual Workbook. If you've not done so already, make sure you download your LifePlan Blueprint and encourage your family and friends to join us, and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. That will finish our trek for today. Just as you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person as you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. The journal for today's trek is available at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.